Hello everyone, I am Catechus, and today we will be continuing our guided walkthrough for Breath of Fire 3. Last episode, we finally crossed the volcano to reach the eastern lands. It's only been forever. Now this episode, we will explore the area and learn a little bit about Gar's backstory. Now sit back and grab some snacks as we dive in. Alright, where are we at? Oh, level 18. Look at that team. They're ready for action. Let's get in there. Now, like I hinted at before, we will need Gar. He is required for this episode, so make sure he's in the party, and I would also recommend Momo too. Alright, now before we get too excited and explore the area, let's go over the enemies we'll face in the Urkan region. Most of them we are well acquainted with, so we're going to start off with the Bomber, Lizard, Lizard Man, and Tricker. They should all be old news at this point. The only new enemy is the Cerberus with one head, but whatever. He has no strengths or weaknesses, and his only ability is Howling, which can inflict confusion and is super annoying. Alright, with that out of the way, let's go up and over here. There's not much we can do except for this is Angel Tower. We can't really go in there yet. First thing we gotta do is head over here to Urkan Tapa. So before we Tapa the Urkan here, one thing to point out, everyone will have two sets of dialogue. So if I talk to this guy as Ryu, welcome travelers to Tapa, the village of the Urkan people. But if I change to Gar, welcome home, great guardian. Yeah, this is Gar's town. This is where he lived. Or lives, I don't know. So I'm going to be Gar as I wander around. Next thing we're going to do is head up these ramps and into this building here where there is the item and weapon shop. And we're definitely going to buy some stuff. So I am going to buy almost all of the healing herbs because we're going to need them next episode. And then one more ammonia because I used one last episode and I like to have 5. Then Baldy over here has weapons. And we're going to gear up Gar. So I am going to buy him the halberd. It's going to jack him up. Then I'm going to give him the mithril helm. And then the mithril shield. Because his scale mail is actually okay enough. If you can afford it, get the mithril armor on him. But, I'm cheap. Now, with that out of the way, we can explore the town proper, and it's kind of weird to get around here. So I'm going to go to the left first, because this is the kind of dead-end area. Well, if it isn't the Guardian, we are honored by your presence. You know it's only Gar, right? May God walk with you, Guardian. No, Ryu walks with him. What are you talking about? There's even a doggo and a girl. You're one of the ones who fight the enemy, ain't ya? Yep, that's me, I guess. I don't know. Now, in here is the equivalent of an inn. So this lady here will let you, quote-unquote, rest like an inn, but you're really just drinking some water. I don't know. It's not worth it. We can just rest outside. Not a big deal. But if you truly want to explore the area, you gotta go up this staircase here. And here is the useless vaccine area. Oh, please keep us safe, mighty guardian. No. Then we can keep wandering. Bunch of weird people around here. You've returned. How is the outer world? Better than the inner. We're learning history. Good job, kid. Oh, Gar's too thick to talk to the teacher, but it's okay. How about you, Baldy? Why don't you say something to the children? I'm sure they'd love to hear something from a real angel. Have you seen his motif here? I don't know if angel's the right word. Yeah, and in here is a big statue that looks very lifelike, but it doesn't seem like Gar wants to talk about it very much. So let's move on. Finally, when we come up here, we can access the last room. Should we be in here? What's going on here, old lady? This place is for those who serve God to purify themselves. Kind of seems like you only have one thing in here. Just saying. I don't know why I'm investigating this. Should probably leave. Alright, with that out of the way, we can actually proceed with the intended direction of the story. And in doing so, we actually get access to another master. Because I don't know if you remember, but way back in the game story, after we got out of Windia with the princess, we obtained and finished the master Durandal. And in doing so, unlocks the master in Urkan Tapa. We just gotta go all the way back to the entrance to find him. Just in the building to the right. Hello, milady. Have you met with the Patriarch yet, Guardian? No, I guess that's what I'm working towards. But anyway, inside here, we get a priest doing priesty things to a bunch of people kneeling. It is forbidden for us to say aloud the name of our god and our enemy. Well, that's super weird. Can you write it down at least? Oh, or what about charades? And this guy up here with the funny hat is the master. His name is Hondara. Our god teaches us that we must fight evil wherever we find it. Even now, when there is no evil to be found in the world, we must keep ourselves prepared and strong. If you wish, traveler, you can learn from us what God teaches. Yeah, sure. I see you are wise and prudent. Very well then, go forth and train so that you might be able to partake of God's wisdom. Again, because we maxed out Durandal, Hondara will be available. Now, Hondara is a terrible master, so put him on your dump character. For me, that's Gar. For you, it might be Pekko, it might be Nina, I don't know. Just don't put him on one of your main three. Now, the reason Hondara is terrible are his stats. He gains 1 AP, 1 int, loses 2 power, but holy abilities go up in strength. Now for skills, this is why we want him. Purify at 2 levels, which heals poison, and Kyrie at 5 levels, which is a holy attack that destroys undead. That includes some bosses. So we're going to learn this now, because once we complete Angel Tower, we lose access to Hondara for a very long time. And then lastly, you can learn Benediction at 8 levels, which restores dead party members sometimes. It's terrible. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to put him on Gar and hope for the best. So yeah, now that we have Gar on Hondara, we're going to... That is a really weird way to climb a ladder. Head up here. The Patriarch awaits you above, Guardian Gar. Oh, that's good. Nice hat. And this little redhead. The Patriarch is in meditation, but I'm sure he'd be willing to see you, Guardian. I sure hope so. And he is located behind this boulder, and this is why you have to have Gar. His ability is to push things like that. And it's very important in the next episode inside Angel Tower. But when ready, head on in.
Is that you, Gar?
Yeah?
Welcome back. So, have you made up your mind to join your comrades?
Something like that, I guess.
So it's true then. There is no more evil in the world. I guess your intuition was wrong. So this means the time has come for you to enter your long sleep then, Guardian Gar. Very well, go to the tower. I'll tell the watchman you are coming. Farewell, Gar.
Something tells me I didn't fully get the gist of that conversation. But with that, we are done in Urkan Tapa. Well, until we come back to Hondara to actually learn the skills that we gain levels for. Gall darn it, Gar, your thickness is in the way. There we go. But once we exit town, we're going to be thrown into a camp scene. I may look different, but I'm one of them. I, too, am an Urkan. But I thought you were a guardian. A guardian is what people like me, what Urkan warriors are called. We protect our people from evil and harm. You don't say. Ryu, Gar, are you still up? It's called a bro-side chat by the fire, Nina. Come on. About what I told you, that you might die. Yeah, I vaguely remember. Oh, never mind. You'll understand once we get there. You're such a tease. But all right, one thing to note after that scene, yeah, our team's all jumbled up. So I'm switching Momo back in, swapping our formation back to attack with Gar in first place. There we go. He is our tank, and a 50% counter attack is not bad. Now, technically, all we have to do is go to Angel Tower, but there is one more place over here we should look into, and if we continue around to the northeast here, we'll get to Junktown. Now, this is a location we're not required to come to for a very long time, and it has some items, so if you want them, feel free to check out the link in the description for a map showing where the town items are. But the main thing I want to point out is that they have a weapon and a item shop here, and they have different things. So if you are flush with cash, for instance, you can come here and check out some of their better items. For instance, for $2,200, you can get a shotgun shell for Momo, which is a significant boost to her attacks, but it doesn't have elemental damage, so you don't have to worry about that. Then for Ryu, there is the Barbarossa, which is crazy stupid expensive, but that is a lot of extra damage, and it does electric damage. And if you like Nina, there's a Thunder Rod, which is also electric aligned. Then the Gigantus for Gar, which once again is crazy expensive, but crazy powerful. So yeah, have fun with that. And then down here at the item shop, you can pick up not so much armor, but accessories. So we have Titan Belt, which adds 10 to power, High Boots, which raises defense, Wisdom Ring, which raises intelligence, and a Lion's Belt, which raises willpower. All pretty good accessories, but again, stupid expensive. And then the other items are all elemental damage items to targets. I don't know. If you want one, go for it. I'm going to skip those. But that's really all I wanted to show off in this town. Now, before we wrap up this episode, one thing I will say, do some homework. We need to get at least Kairi on Gar, okay? Specifically on Gar or Ryu. And a good way to actually level up Gar rather quickly without going too crazy with your own characters is, remember, we had Momo learning from Delonzo. So that means for abilities, Momo has the Monopolize ability. And what that does is whoever uses this ability will steal all the experience points from the fight. So if we give this to Gar, have him use it during a fight, and then we win the fight, Gar's going to gain a lot more experience than normal. So what I'm going to do is send that back to the skill notes. Also Intimidate, because that's useless, and I'll leave Tsunami and Steel, definitely Steel. And I will use a skill ink to teach it to Gar. Now, to do that, we gotta go back to camp, where we can chat with our teammates. Hey, does anyone have anything new to say? Alright, well, that was boring. No one has anything new to say. Oh well. Time to give Gar the Monopolize ability. So we're going to use a skill link. We're going to select Gar, and we're going to teach him Monopolize. Now remember, one skill link means you can manipulate everyone's abilities. It's not one per item. So I'm going to take a minute here and completely change everyone's skill layout, and I will see you when I'm done, BRB. So I've gone through everyone and I've altered their abilities, so I've limited Ryu down to Focus, Blind, and Burn. Nina has nothing, Gar has Monopolize and Influence. Influence is for the second half of the game and we'll understand when we get there. Momo, I have Steel, Spirit Blast, and Tsunami, and Peko has nothing yet. Eventually he will get Shadow Walk and just be awesome. But there we go. So for now, I think this is where we're going to call it quits. This has been part 24 of our Breath of Fire 3 guided walkthrough, where we learned a little bit about Gar's past and finally have access to Angel Tower. Stay tuned for the next episode as we explore Angel Tower and what an adventure that one will be. If you like the episode, make sure to like, comment, subscribe as it'll help the channel grow. Thanks.